If you're looking to get a new MacBook soon, there's a couple things you should know. Apple just released a new MacBook Air and MacBook Pro. So if you want to get more work done, you should get a Pro, right? Well, it depends. Let's take a look. All of the new MacBook Airs feature 10th generation Intel Core i5 and i7 processors. These are the Y series lower wattage processors that can still pack a punch. They're sort of similar to the MacBook Pro that we'll talk about in just a moment. Taking a look at the Apple product pages show a bunch of flashy marketing that might make you think all of the new MacBook Pros have been upgraded and they all feature higher, faster processors and faster storage and faster graphics, but that is not the case, unfortunately. If you take a closer look, you'll see that all of the new MacBook Pro models have been upgraded with the new scissor switch mechanism. Same thing goes for the MacBook Airs. So now all of Apple's notebook line feature the scissor switch mechanism from the 16-inch Pro. And I love this keyboard, and I think it's definitely a nice upgrade. Is it a reason to get a new computer? Not necessarily, though. This is an awesome keyboard. It has a scissor switch mechanism, which feels a lot nicer, has a 1mm key travel, and it's just an overall good typing experience. Also, the storage configurations have been doubled. So it starts off at 256 instead of 128 now. Same thing goes for the MacBook Air. That's unfortunately the end of the upgrades for the $1299 and $1499 model of the MacBook Pro. They don't have new processors, so they're going to perform exactly the same. It doesn't look like the cooling's been changed. Nothing's been mentioned about that. So all of the upgrades seem to be going to the model that starts at $1799. So just keep that in mind. It's something important to know. And getting over to the new models, the ones that do have all the nice fancy upgrades, that one starts at $1799. So let's take a look at that model. So the big upgrades are coming from the $1799 model, as well as the one that costs just under $2,000. And both of those feature a 2 GHz Intel Core i5 processor, which can turbo boost up to 3.8 GHz. Same thing goes for the memory, which has been doubled from the previous generation, now at 16 gigabytes of LPDDR4X memory, running at 3733 megahertz. So definitely there's been a massive improvement here, and same thing goes for the storage. It's also been doubled, now at 512 and 1 terabyte respectively. In addition to this, the storage has been upgraded in terms of speed, so it can run up to 3 gigabits per second. And one thing to note is that the one that was tested on Apple's website was the 4 terabyte model, so it's yet to be seen if your mileage varies, or if any of the lower tiered models have gotten this storage speed upgrade. So if you're in the market for a new laptop, you might be better off going with the $1199 Air, if that is the amount of money that you want to spend on a new laptop. If you do have a couple more coins, then it would be worth it to go up to the $1799 model if you do want those upgrades, because it looks like that's where most of the focus is happening. Now, if you still want a fast processor or something that is super zippy, then you might want to consider checking out the Refurb website. There's a ton of great deals to be had, and if you don't mind owning something that's a little used, then Apple's certified refurbished website has a ton of great deals, and everything's been inspected and has warranties available, and I personally have no problem getting stuff from there, so something to consider. So as a recap, don't necessarily go for the $1299 MacBook Pro. Same thing goes for the one that's $1499. You either want to bump up a little bit or go down a little bit to an Air, but those two models just don't have a great value proposition, in my opinion. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought, or if there's anything you want me to cover in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.